So tell me about what got you in art. Do you do all of your art for social justice, or is this just something that came to you and you wanted to participate?
I've just done all types of art, and I love to do digital. I love to paint. I love photography. I kind of am interested in a lot of different things. But this is the first social justice piece I've done. I seen your kind of contest, and I thought, yeah, I'm gonna enter this. And so it's just been a real great experience. I'm happy to use my art to kind of help others and benefit some, some organizations that, really need it.
Your piece, the imagery and the symbology in it is just so beautiful.
Thank you.
Can you tell me a little bit more about what that means to you, or is there something that some emotion or something that came over you to create this piece? Or
yeah, it was I kind of got this vision in my head, and I wanted to express sorrow, pain, the tragedy that's what's happening in our world today. And so I used a lot of symbolism in my image. If you can see the red dresses in the trees, that's actually an artist named Jamie Black does a visual art installation where she hangs red dresses in public places to honor the victims of missing and murdered. Yeah. So I used that as a representation in the trees. And then the reason the dresses are red is because that's what they believe, and that's the only color that the spirits can see. And so that's to bring their loved ones home, the missing ones, to rest. So the hand over the woman is to visualize, she has no voice.
Yeah.
So I want to speak for those with no voice. To see what else. Okay, the eye in the sky above her is the creator, God. Basically crying sorrow for what's happening in our world.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. And then the leaves above it are changing leaves because things need to change. And then the butterflies represent the souls that in the afterlife.
Wow, very powerful.
Well, thank you.
There's a simplicity about it too. I mean, you've just captured all of these beautiful symbols in an elegant form, and the whole composition is just beautiful.
Well, thank you.
Really pretty.
Yeah, my heart went into that.
Yeah, I can tell. When did you create this? Was it recent?
Oh yeah, I seen your contest, and I well, I'm just gonna go ahead and work on this nonstop.
Wow, you did it just for the contest.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
So have you had any friends or family members or any close women close to you that have experienced this? I mean, I'm sure a lot of women have been traumatized by life and world, and
right.
I know that's probably a personal question, but sometimes, our past kind of dictates where we're at as far as an artist.
Well, I live here in Arizona, and there's lots of reservations around here, and I have some friends that are Native American. So nobody personally I know has, experienced this, but it's a cause that just really calls out to me, and
Mm-hmm.
and you're just heartbroken over it.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that we really need to address, and it needs more,
Mm-hmm.
you know, people need to know about it more. It's been happening for so long, and just like in the last 5 years or so, it's starting to gain attention.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just an epidemic that we really need to change.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the data collection on these women, what's exactly sinister is happening to them. And because of them being women and in poverty and sexism and racism, they're vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to find out what's going on and change things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you mentioned colonization, prejudice, and economics for being the causes why this is a growing trend in the indigenous communities. Do you see a future where the U.S. federal government can even help these communities?
Well, I'm hoping.
Or it can be argued that the failed reservation program is what led to most of these issues in the first place.
Right, and everybody seems to be, the jurisdiction is a lot of confusions there, and a lot of these things don't go reported or unsolved, or their cause of death is led to something else, like they've said they've died of exposure or suicide or drug overdose, and they can't, they don't even really have accurate numbers to work with.
Wow. It's just it's just hard to believe that we live in a society. Well, I guess it's not hard to believe. We live in a patriarchal society up until this point. I think that's changing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's shocking to think that in 2021 that so many women, people are being exploited, and what are we going to do about it?
Right.
Yeah. So that's why your piece touched me so much, was because it seems like an insurmountable problem, but your piece gave us hope.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to express sorrow, but there's hope. There's hope out there. There's got to be something that these families can look, closure or justice for their loved ones.
Yeah, definitely. Have you always been an artist?
Yeah, I was an artist at heart at a very young age.
Right.
I had a grandmother that was an artist, and she was an amazing, talented woman. And she was kind of ahead of her time.
What was her medium?
Oh, she did it all. She did it.
That's where you got it then.
Yeah. And so we used to go, visit grandma, and her house was filled with all these amazing, pastels and paints, and she had a dark room in her house. And so she always just gave me inspiration. And she, usually like Christmas or birthdays or something, she would buy me art books on like how to draw or how to paint, and she'd give me art kits. So I just really felt comfortable in the art world. It's like where I belonged at. So then all through high school, I, did pencil and painting. And then in the 90s, I decided, hey, I want to do this for a career. And so I went to school for graphic design.
Yeah.
And got my degree. And then after that, life kind of happened. and I switched gears and had a family. And during that time, I raised kids, being a mom. So I kind of put my art on the back burner. And, you know, it was always there, but it was something that, you know, you just get busy in everyday life and you don't have time for it. So then about 10 years ago, my sweet mother gave me an iPad. And so I started doing mobile digital art on the iPad. And I was hooked again. And it was like, wow, I'm addicted. So I started doing that and got back into the computer digital thing. And then 3 years ago, I decided that I was going to go back to school again. So I went back to school for graphic arts and took some photography classes and got a certificate. And I'm kind of back in this world, you know. So.
Well, that's great. Where do you show? Do you have shows or?
I haven't really had anything outside of, like, you know, I've had some experience with some shows at school. We had some art shows in school, but I haven't really, with the COVID thing, I just graduated in 2019.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, so I haven't really did much. I moved over here to another part of Arizona and was living over here. My mom passed away, so.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So I'm like starting this adventure over. It's, you know, I'm going to see where it takes me.
I love it. Well, you're on your way.
Yeah, I'm staying busy.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm so glad that you submitted to this piece to this contest. When it first came in, I was like, wow.
Well, thank you.
Powerful. So.
Yeah, I really enjoy doing it. It's just, it's something that I've always done, and I just love doing it. So.
Well, thank you. It's such an honor to meet you.
Well, it's great meeting you.
And
thank you so much for picking my entry as a winner and donating this money to my cause.
Well, I feel very strongly about it too, so it's an honor. So is there anything else that you want to share? Tell people about you and what's coming up. Do you have any plans? I mean, I know it's kind of hard to plan with COVID, but.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to continue doing, you know, I've kind of have these different projects going where I'm doing my digital art. I want to try to maybe get back into painting. I love photography. I have a daughter that's a photographer too. So we just enjoy collaborating and talking about it. She's in school at ASU right now for filmmaking too.
That's great.
So yeah. So I just gonna, you know, maybe get a website going, maybe selling some of my prints. I've seen that, you know, Art for a Cause. Actually, I'm gonna get some of my work up there on your website too.
Awesome. So look forward to that. Look forward to having you on there.
Oh yes, I am looking forward to it too.
Good.
So yeah, you've got some really great ideas going there. So I'm really excited.
Cool. Well, I'm so glad that you're coming aboard.
Thank you. I'm excited too.
Yeah, thank you. Well, if you need anything, you've got my number. Feel free to reach out. If you need anything that Art for Your Cause team can help you with, and help your art career or whatever, just pick up the phone, call me, email me.
I appreciate that so much. I am very grateful to you. Thank you.
Well, sure.
And thanks for this opportunity to chat with you and get to know you.
Definitely.
Okay.
All right. You take care.
Thank you so much.
Bye.